It's the middle of November, but we're going to be talking about local baseball today on Dave Day with Standard Speaker sports editor Dave Seaman. Dave, one of your latest articles about Joey Barron, former Hazleton area Cougar pitcher, went to Stony Brook to pitch, Stony Brook University, had an injury there, and now he will be a Penn State Nittany Lion coming up this season, joining Dante Biazzi, who's there right now. Sal was there last year. Dante's brother got drafted by the Kansas City Royals. So as you're talking with Joey and that, he seems very happy. He said this was a dream for him to go to Penn State.
Yeah, he always wanted to pitch at Penn State. As he said, things didn't work out for him right after graduation. He went to Stony Brook, and Stony Brook has turned into a nice little Division I program. Not little program. They got to the College World Series, I believe it was in 2012. So he went to a very good program. Had a situation where he was able to both pitch and play the field and bat. And knowing Joey as long as I know him from his days in West Hazleton Little League, he, always a prolific hitter and as well as a good pitcher, talented left arm, talented left-handed batter, and to get the chance to do both, that was like a dream for him at Stony Brook. Unfortunately for Joey, things didn't work out at Stony Brook, so he ended up looking for another school to go to, and lo and behold, he ends up at Penn State with a former teammate, Dante Biazzi. Joey's going to have a chance to be a frontline pitcher like Dante, both from the left side, so I'm sure Coach Rob Cooper, he likes his pipeline. As long as it can keep going, he's going to be happy with it.
Dave, the Hazleton area high school football team, they finished second in the District's 2/4 6A sub-regional playoffs. John Eric Polite did a story for us, and he mentioned that Mike Brennan made his team stay on the field and watch Delaware Valley celebrate after the game. Not to punish them, but to kind of point out that, listen, we're not far off. And he said Delaware Valley lost to Williamsport last year, and here they are this year. So Hazleton, bright future ahead.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, all the skill, except for Adrian Otero, a lot of those skilled people are going to be back next year, starting with Sparky Wolk, who really established himself as a big-time quarterback this year. You have Damon Horton coming back as a running back. David Smith is a wide receiver too. Other wide receivers are back, so there are going to be skilled people back. A lot of building blocks to come. To go forward and get that line established again. That'll be a question mark, but again, there's some key players coming back along the offensive line, and I think more importantly is you got a taste of winning this year. You're able to find out that you were able to play with some of the big boys this year. Even a game against Delaware Valley, the Cougars, it's a 10-3 game at halftime, and if not for a couple mistakes in the third quarter, they're right in that game, one or two plays away. And Delaware Valley is a very good football team. They may be the best team in the region, northeastern Pennsylvania, regardless of class. I'm sure some people in Berwick might argue with that, or Scranton Prep might argue with that. Valley View, I saw them play in person. But Delaware Valley is an outstanding football team, coached by a former Penn State player in Keith Olsemer. They do things right. They have a program established all the way from their youth programs all the way to junior high. And I think Mike Brennan sees that as, kind of a model for his program to follow. And to stand out there and watch them celebrate their championship too might give a little taste in the Cougars' mouths. So next year they may be on the other side and somebody might be watching them.
Dave, maybe I'm making this up, but sometimes when I'm covering a practice with teams or interviewing the players then or the coaches, you could feel an intensity or focus around the teams that they know it's a possibility of a championship or they're moving in the right direction. I got that from Coach Brennan and his team this year. I saw it in his eyes too almost after this game. He seemed hungry. He seems like he thinks they're in the right place as well. Dave, let's finish with NFL talk. The Philadelphia Eagles, they had a bye week last week, best record in the NFL. They will now have to play at Dallas on Sunday night, big national stage to come off of a bye week and show once again, hey, we're the best team in the NFL with a very versatile offense.
Yeah, I think the Eagles are going to have a chance to prove themselves. They get rested. Any bumps and bruises, they get mended a little bit. Dallas is coming off a bad loss to Atlanta too, so Cowboys have a lot to play for because they're hurting right now without Ezekiel Elliott and also missing their top one of their top offensive tackles too, and that was exposed by the Falcons. Adrian Claiborne, I think 6 sacks or whatever he had against the Cowboys this week. So Cowboys have a lot to prove, and they may be fighting to play their season, save their season. Eagles, on the other hand, you hope there's no rust after a bye week, but I think bye week does more good than bad overall.
All right, we'll take a break from college football this week, but I'm going to put this out there. So Penn State and Notre Dame both with 2 losses, Dave. If they get into the New Year's Six realm, maybe possibly Penn State and Notre Dame could meet up this postseason, and maybe we'll have to meet up with John Eric Polite and Ron Marchetti right here to discuss all that. I think it would be a lot of fun. I might not want to work with them after it, but we'd see. Dave, thank you for coming in this week. Check out his work in the Standard Speaker.